So welcome back to another Freestyle Friday. Every single week we're gonna cook it my way. Recipes are hurry, but you know I keep it hot. Go grab that pen and paper, let me show you what I got. Pasta Dutchie on the left hand side. I'm like a Rasta, I'm making pasta. Mix it up in a bowl, a little basil, tomato, salt and pepper, yo. Oh! Yeah, you heard it right. We're doing a pesto pasta. And we're gonna like make it summertime vibes today, but you could have this as like a warm hot pasta on a cold night, on a hot night, whatever you want to do. I've already got my water boiling because you know I like it hot. I'm a little nervous, I wasn't here last week. Just gotta make sure that everybody's enjoying the Freestyle Fridays. One thing with pasta.
Wait, you got a hair, you're gonna hate it.
Where's the hair, Beck?
Right here.
So when it comes to pasta, don't even think about putting the oil in the pot, man. Don't even think about it. You're gonna ruin the entire dish. My mom growing up always was like, "Hon, you need to put the oil in the pot. Get the pasta prevent it from sticking." Do not do that. My mom is wrong. Mom, you're wrong. I've tried telling her, she doesn't believe me. What that will do is we'll add oil onto your pasta, then when you add your sauce, it'll just slip right off, like a slip and slide. We don't want that. We want the sauce to stick to the pasta. So instead of using oil, we're just gonna, that's pepper.
I wondered why you were doing pepper.
We're already gonna use some salt. And so we got some salty water like the ocean. Today I'm using a RIgatoni. I love RIgatoni. You can use any pasta you want, but I think like a hearty, solid one is gonna work best for this pasta dish I'm making. What's your favorite pasta? Let me know in the comments. Personally, not a big fan of spaghetti. I think it's the worst pasta you could buy. What do you think, Beck?
Me too, that's why we're in love.
That is the only reason we're in love. Okay, so your water's ripping. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there. Wow, Eamon, way to not put enough water. I'm gonna whip up the sauce real quick. I'm gonna keep an eye on that pasta though. I cannot stand overcooked pasta. We're gonna keep it al dente. Pesto is typically a basil sauce with Parmesan. Pesto was like my favorite back in the day. There is no reason why you need to add cheese to this. If you want, you can, but I'm gonna show you a vegan pesto that will blow your mind. We're gonna take a second and just have a minute for the nooch gods. So we're gonna start with our lemon. We're gonna do a full lemon. We can de-stem the basil. The stem doesn't really have a lot of flavor, but you don't need to like super worry about it. Just start pulling those off. Even if you don't typically like basil and you've never tried pesto, I would encourage you to try it because I'm not like a huge basil fan on its own, but pesto is absolutely delicious. We're gonna add like a bit of olive oil, maybe a quarter cup, maybe a half cup, maybe a little more. Garlic, maybe 6 cloves of garlic. Nooch, we're doing 3-4 tablespoons of nooch. You know what? We're doing all the nooch. Keep an eye on your pasta. If your pasta is starting to clump, you can add a little extra salt, but it's not gonna be cooked yet. We're gonna add pine nuts. Pine nuts are absolutely one of my favorite nuts, but they're super, super expensive. Es muy caro in Spanish. Now, if you have a nut allergy, you could use a pumpkin seed. You could use
sunflower seed?
A sunflower seed, any kind of substitute. And if you don't like pine nuts, you could even use like walnuts or any other type of nut.
Can I ask you a question?
But I love pine nuts.
Why whenever there's nuts on the vlog, do you have to put it in your mouth and then talk?
Almost a half cup of pine nuts.
Yep.
We're gonna go right in. Just having a look over here at the pasta. Let's try one of these. Now I'm gonna pull it early because we still got a little bit of prep work to do and it's gonna cook while it's in the pot. So yeah, I can bite through it totally, but it's not quite cooked yet. But I'm gonna shut that off and actually drain it.
Really?
Really? I know there's not a lot of liquid substance in this, but we're gonna try and bust it up and see how we do. I don't wanna add too much water. A little more oil. And a little bit of water. Maybe like 2 tablespoons of water there. Holy rainbows, butterflies. I need a little bit of salt. So a couple of shakes. A little more water. So it's kind of like salt water. Just pull it off the sides a little bit. We get a lot of questions about our blender, and it's one of our favorite kitchen tools. So I'll go ahead and link that in the video description below. You'll probably notice that we use the blender in almost every Freestyle Friday. So it's super clutch to get a good one. Wow. Bubs, you want a popsicle?
Yes.
With this fresh pesto summer salad, I'm gonna keep it fairly raw. Now, if you prefer cooked veggies, you can go ahead and cook these down as well. But we actually went ahead and bought all local organic produce, because why not? These cherry tomatoes are absolutely to die for. So I was originally gonna roast these in a pan, but I think that would be a disservice to the humans who made these. Once again, I'm gonna fast forward this clip of me eating. If you've never had local organic cherry tomatoes, start saving up and buy some. They are absolutely game changer. Even if you don't like tomatoes, this is the reason why tomato is a fruit. They're actually sweet, and it'll make a lot more sense once you pop one in your mouth.
Those were all on the floor. Do you want to wash those, or you're good?
Start with some peps. You guys see the way I'm cutting these? I'm just gonna make your life a lot easier. Top, tail, de-seed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut these in half once. I'm gonna do very thin pieces for the salad. It's amazing how different vegetables can taste based on how you chop them. Now I'm just working on the red, cut it kind of the same way. Just quickly cut my onion in half. And I want my onion to mimic kind of the same size. So what I'm gonna do is, with that half onion, just go around and slice it a little bit of an angle, nice and thin. Because this is raw onion, you do not want to have like big chunks of onion. It's gonna be too overpowering. If you look at these pieces, it's just gonna fan out. And then because the onion naturally will just peel off into like these little tiny strings, and that's gonna be beautiful in a cold pasta salad. So I just dumped our pasta into the bowl. It was just sitting in the corner. I'm just gonna run a little bit of cold water through it. So you're gonna go right back into the pot and drain it off again. And that's cooled off. Go ahead and throw our veg in there. Fresh onion. As far as cutting the tomatoes, all I want is them to be the same size. So I'm gonna go ahead and look around for like the smallest guy we've got. Probably this guy. So that guy's gonna go in whole. Everything else is gonna go the same size. So this guy is gonna go maybe in quarters. Now I'm also gonna add some olives. I know not everybody loves olives, so this step is optional. But if you're not a big fan of olives, I've converted many. I would recommend starting with green and then getting to something a little darker. But these ones are just pretty standard. Kalamata. Our pasta salad looks beautiful. Beauty, beauty, beauty. You wanna make sure that onion is not clumping anywhere. $14 worth of pine nuts. But if you're gonna serve your friends a pesto salad, make sure they freak out. The only way to guarantee a freak out, load it with pesto. I'm pleasantly impressed with the consistency. I think that was the perfect amount of sauce for one pack of pesto, because like I said, you don't want to cheap out. That's a thick noodle, and you want that boy smothered. I don't know where the kid gets it, but he kills it every single time. I gotta try a bite with everything. Olive, little pep, little onion. The pesto is so fresh, but then you get the crunch of like the real veg, because I find pasta can be heavy sometimes. So by adding that raw veg, it really lightens it up for like a summer salad. And then you get that salty hit right at the end. Dynamite. I'm super stoked on how this turned out. Please, please, please try this recipe at home. Tag me if you're on Instagram, and I'll be at you. Should I guarantee I'll be at them next week? I'll be at you next week with another Freestyle Friday. Thank you so much. Please comment, like, share, whatever you do. Share. Have you guys been sharing?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Share the video with your mama. Your mama likes pesto? Boom! Hit it on her Facebook. All right, peace. We'll see you next week. Come on.
Come on. That was good. I just got a cherry tomato.
In Vietnamese, they say "gum on." If you needed like a URL that ended in .com, what do you think like the first word would be?
For this? Bomb.com.
It's not every day that new friends get to experience real live Freestyle Friday food. Let's see what they think. Pesto.
That pesto's on point. Wow. Hello? Hello? What do you say, food?
Sorry, we're actually going to the other.
No! What is this?
Why would you go for the same piece as me?
Sorry.
It's a huge bowl.
He liked it.
He wants more.
Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome. See ya.